Hi, my name is Taj, and I'm a college student. I'm 20 years old, and I feel like I've reached a quarter-life crisis. I don't know what I want to do next with my life. I'm a pre-med student in college, and the next step for me is going to medical school and, becoming a doctor, becoming a physician one day. I don't know if I want to do that anymore, and I don't know if that's the life that I want for myself. I've chatted a couple of doctors, and I love what they're doing with people, and I love how they're helping people, but a lot of it is just working with insurance companies, and it's just a lot of paperwork that I saw, which is, it is what it is. It's life. It's not going to be picture perfect, right? It's not going to be what you envision it to be, but something that really, stuck with me is this video that I saw. It's a very famous video. It's a viral video, right? Where this neurosurgeon, talks about the healthcare system and his experience as a Stanford educated person, or MIT educated person, and he talks about how the healthcare system isn't what you think it is, right? It's not just helping people. There's so many other aspects to it, which is not as benevolent or as humanitarian. And the main reason why I wanted to go into medicine was to be there for people in their most vulnerable moments, and I know this sounds kind of cliche, but help people, genuinely help people. I don't know if the field that I want to go to is suited for me anymore, and if not, what am I going to do next? I'm studying biology in college. I personally don't even know if I like the degree that much. I don't think I do. If I'm asking these questions, I don't. I'll be honest with myself. I'm super passionate about wellness, nutrition, and if I could study anything, I would study that. But when you search up, salary of a nutritionist, salary of salary of I love Pilates, salary of a, someone who's a personal trainer or who's a Pilates instructor, it's so it kind of hurts your soul a little bit, because it's like, how do you make a living out of that, And then I'm currently reading Millionaire Fastlane, and it's a very, very, very interesting book that talks about like the 3 different lanes, or the 3 different paths that people take in life. And there's the sidewalk lane, which a lot of people live by, and it's the paycheck, living life paycheck to paycheck. And they're very much YOLO. You're very much YOLO, and you're like, okay, well, I'll have fun today. I'll, enjoy my life today, and I don't really care about tomorrow because you only live once. And then there's the slow lane, which are people that, are educated and qualified and make more income. I'm not saying that people in the sidewalk lane aren't. I'm just saying that they're more, they're more well-versed in financial education, and they're like, okay, well, I have to invest, I have to save, I have to do this, make sure that I'm staying under budget, and by the time I'm 60, I retire, have a nice life. And I think about that sometimes, and I was such a big, like, Roth IRA is so important person, but reading that book really opened my eyes, because it's kind of just like, oh, well, when you're 60, first of all, will you even live to 60? Right? Like, will you even survive till 60 years old, right? If you're like pinching every penny and you're waiting for that day when you reach 60 to retire, you don't even know if you'll make it till then. And even when you make it then, right, are you going to be able to live that life that you want to? Are you going to physically and mentally be able to travel and enjoy things that you enjoy right now, and do the things that you do right now? I'm 20, like I said. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but I'm very young, and I have a lot of, energy as a 20-year-old. I feel like I'm pretty much physically healthy, right? And I'm able to travel and have so much fun right now, but I don't have the financial freedom. I'm only, you know, not gonna say I'm only 20, but I am only 20, and I just don't know what I want to do next in my life. I don't know what the next plan is for me, and I'm really scared because it's just, I'm in such an iffy situation. And at the back of my mind, I think I really want to be a doctor, right? Like, I really want to help people. I want to have that, you know, when you're a doctor, right, you have great finances. You're kind of set in terms of the amount of money that you make, and as much as we all want to say, oh, you know, life is more than that, follow your passions, follow this, at the end of the day, money is very, very important. Financial freedom is one of the biggest things that people want in their life, and I just need to figure out a way to get to point A, which is where I'm right now, to point B, which is the lifestyle that I want, which I know what kind of lifestyle I want, and I need to figure out that path that'll take me from point A to point B. And, you know, I think it's life. It's confusing. I'm sure it's never gonna stop being confusing, really. I feel like you're always just gonna be confused. Maybe not always, but you're gonna be slightly confused, I feel like, in every step, because it is your first time living and experiencing everything. And you just really have to think about your next plan of action, and it's kind of sad, but it's also beautiful at the same time, like growing older and figuring out things and seeing things the way they are and not the way that you envisioned them to be. You're so naive, you know, when you're young, and I know I'm still young, and I have a lot more years to live, hopefully. But it's a little bit sad in the inside, because I had such big aspirations about becoming a great doctor and doing all this, but from the people I've shadowed, from the stories that I've listened to, I know that there are pros and cons, but I hear these cons and I just don't know if I'm able to live with that, you know. And I want to follow my passions as much as I do, but there's just that fear inside of me where I don't know if I'm able to make it okay following these things. Like, I want to be an entrepreneur, I want to do these things, but I've seen people fail, and I know that just because other people are not super successful doesn't mean that I won't be, but self-doubt is always, you know, creeping up on you, and I think I just need to take it day by day. And I know you guys clicked on this video and I'm probably just saying a bunch of random things and you're like, oh my gosh, what? But if you're confused, if you're lost, if you feel like life is not what you thought or pictured it would be at a younger age, I hope you know that you're not alone. And I'm here with you. I'm just as confused as you are. If you want some reassurance, though, this quote is something that I always, you know, live by. I try to remind myself this every day, and it's the fact that you get to die. You get to die. That means that you get to live, and you get to experience this. Experience existence, experience reality, experience life. You know, we are the lucky ones. You and I, we're lucky. We are super lucky to be here and experience this, whatever we're in our life right now, this confused kind of, you know, up and down roller coaster era that we're in right now. And, you know, I think I don't want to be like, oh, it's beautiful and be all like, all of that sort, but I think you do have to have a little bit of optimism, some delusion, you know, some of that with you. But again, like, you get to die. We get to experience this. We get to live. And being confused is just part of the journey. And, you know, just take it day by day, step by step, and we'll kind of see where we go from here. But just having this sort of awareness is really eye-opening, I think. There's so much that I don't know, and there's so much that I want to learn, and, you know, so much that I want to, you know, grow from, and this is just part of the experience. I think the next step for me is to just finish up my degree and then see what I want to do with my life from there, and find a way to gain that financial freedom, which I know that you want, I want, honestly, all of us watching this, all of us, we want this, but it is confusing. It really is. It's so confusing, and it's just, sometimes it's so overwhelming because you just have that really like big fear, that anxiety in you, where you feel so lost. You feel like you're in the middle of the Pacific Ocean and you're drowning. You don't see any land. You don't see any rescue team saving you. You're just there. And reality is no one's going to help you. You have to help yourself. You have to be there for yourself. You have to swim to shore. And yeah, I mean, I'm kind of just reminding myself right now, you know, I'm trying to inspire myself. I'm trying to get myself moving. And at the end of the day, I feel like we can't be so ingrained in our lives. It's so short, right? The amount of years we'll live is so short, okay? And you can't just always be so caught up on this. Like, I know it's such an important and prevalent thing in your life where you're like, what am I gonna do? What's gonna happen next? Like, you know, what's gonna happen? But remind yourself that life is so short, and be present in the moment as much as you possibly can. Stay grounded and do things that truly bring you joy. And yeah, I hope that we figure this out together. I wish you the best of luck. You know, continue to just find beauty in existence. I know that's kind of a little, I don't know, profound, deep, whatever you want to make it, but no, truly, like, we do get to die. You get to die. That means that you get to live, and you're existing right now. You're watching my video. You're alive, right? And that's the biggest thing. Truly, it's the biggest thing. So just take a deep breath and exhale. Inhale, exhale, and, you know, smile a little bit. You're alive. You'll figure it out. You will. I believe in you. We'll figure it out together, and we'll make it to point B. All right. Love you guys.